Our speaker this morning is Bella Patel. Bella is a 3-year student from Chester Springs, PA. She is the president of the South Asian Student Association and a math fellow, and serves on the Hobart Run Student Leadership Committee. She is the proud roommate of Olivia Mofus. Bella?
Thank you. Do you remember what it was like to be in elementary school? For me, my time as a young student was in a constant limbo between standing out and fitting in. I had a few friends, but no one I was very close with. And at the time, one of the things that I thought made me stand out was that I was the only kid packing an Indian meal for lunch every day. I hated doing this because I was so embarrassed of the smell and how it just looked different from everyone else's. While all my friends had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with chips and a cheese stick, I had this plate of bright yellow rice that was flavored with saffron, under vegetables full of rich red pepper and warm golden turmeric. Looking back, I see how lucky I was to have this great meal in front of me. But back then, I just wanted to be like my friends. The last thing I wanted to do was stand out. In the 4th grade, I noticed that there was a new girl a few tables away who had a similar lunch to mine. As I looked closer, I saw that her parents had packed the same ethnic foods for us. I had never seen her before, and she looked sweet, so I decided to sit next to her one day. Little did I know that this would be one of the best decisions that I ever made. Turns out, the food that I used to hate and dread bringing to school every day led me to finding one of my best friends. You see, after I walked up to that girl, we started talking about our food, which then led to a conversation about our lives. We realized that we had a lot in common, and soon enough, we had lunch together every day, both with our food that was so drastically different from everyone else's. I cannot imagine how my life could have been altered if I didn't bring that embarrassing food to school. Without that, I might have never met one of the most influential people in my life. Over the next years, this relationship ended up teaching me so much about myself and has allowed me to form many other great relationships and enjoy new experiences that are outside of my comfort zone. Thus, I cannot say that I really regret bringing that food to school with me every day. Although I was embarrassed at the time, there's a big difference between an embarrassing moment and one that I regret. Both can inform one's life, but I would personally rather live with momentary embarrassment than long-term regret. I recall feeling a different type of emotion when I first came to Hill: retrospective regret. I always heard about this family boarding school, but as a day student and new 4th former, I felt disconnected from the community. After taking classes and wrapping up my afternoon activity, I would go straight home, having to keep up with all that I had to do in both places. Day students know that appeasing both your Hill family and immediate family can be exhausting, and I felt the weight of both on my shoulders. When COVID hit later that year, I was now truly stuck at home. I had nowhere to go and very little to do, but fast forward to that next year. Hill opened up its doors and brought students back when not many other schools in the area could, in an effort to bring back our sense of community. However, during that time, I felt like I was missing out on more things than ever before. Some of the things that I was missing, I hadn't even done in the previous year. But after being in isolation for so many months, missing out on social opportunities suddenly made me feel worlds away. It was as soon as day students were not able to go to dinner that I really missed my friends. It was during those moments that I yearned to spend the extra time at school to support peers by going to games that were always energetic, to weekend activities that my friends were posting about, to family nights that everyone always talked about, and to dorms that fostered a sense of community that I felt so disconnected from. So now, becoming a boarding student, my goal is to make sure that I take advantage of these moments whenever I can. I go on weekend activities, eat long meals with friends, and make tons of memories. To be honest, I'm doing everything that day student me didn't get the chance to do. Here's the thing. I've never actually spent a full year at Hill that was uninterrupted by COVID. So now I want to spend my last moments here making those memories that I know will last me a lifetime. I found a quote that I believe sums this all up pretty well. It says that in life we do things. Some we wish we had never done. Some we wish we could replay a million times in our head. But they all make us who we are, and in the end, they shape every detail about us. If we were to reverse any of them, we wouldn't be the person we are. So just live, make mistakes, and have wonderful memories. But never ever second guess who you are, where you have been, and most importantly, where you are going. I believe that every experience is there to teach us a lesson. For everything that makes us cringe or feel embarrassed, for every moment where we look to the past and say, why did I do that? Or I can't believe I did that. Is it really that awful if there's something that we learned from it? These experiences are something that we take with us, which at the end of the day is progress. So if we can look back and at least say that an embarrassing moment taught us something valuable, can we really regret that it happened? Sometimes I look back and cringe over that time when I said or did the wrong thing, but I cannot say that I regret creating a friendship over a mutual difference with someone else. My parents have always told me to let my experiences help shape who I become. If I can live my life by taking small risks and trying new things, I never know what could happen. At the moment, taking a social, physical, or intellectual risk can be daunting, but I urge you to consider the outcome. What effect could it have on you? These experiences in my life that were kind of awkward define my perspectives on the world, the people I meet, and most importantly, who I am. That small experience in elementary school altered my life. Fast forward a few years after that lunchroom, the girl and I became inseparable in middle school, and she still remains a great friend to me today. I was worried that our relationship would come to a close once I came to Hill, but there's never more than a week that goes by where we do not speak or contact each other. The momentary embarrassment that I felt in the cafeteria is nothing in comparison to that friendship that I made. And I've had so many other experiences like this one, where something uncomfortable and odd ends up leading to something great. At this point in our lives, we all make mistakes. We say or do something that we wish we didn't. For me, looking back on any experience years later, I'm able to look at the bigger picture. I see the lessons I learned and the effects of my actions. While you're at Hill, I hope that you take a step out of your comfort zone to avoid living with regret in this brief high school experience. Try that new sport, even though you won't be the best at it. Talk to that new kid because you never know what relationship might form. And take that class, even though you have no idea if you'll like it. If by chance you do regret some experience, take a step back. Know that this could be a moment of personal growth and that you can learn from it regardless of the outcome. Use those experiences to make you a better person in the future. Looking forward, as you wake up each day, do not regret what could have been. Do not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and try something new because it could lead you to doing something great. And when you find that amazing thing that you love, put in those hardworking hours to achieve your goals. Thank you.